It's the Roula and Ryan Show. Our brand new phone number, 833-390-5723.
It's the same phone number, just the area code changed.
Yep.
And that's not because of the storm. It's an AT&T
We're going to
thing.
do that anyhow.
We have, for years, I think.
It just happened a lot sooner.
It just happened.
I think this is, the storm probably pushed it along faster.
Yes.
But I think this is the oldest radio station in the city. I feel like we are. It's like from the 50s, right? And so ever since then.
1958, 59.
A couple of them. This is one of them for sure.
I don't know who started before KRBE, but we know the whole backstory of how KRBE
But 833
started.
is not even an area code.
No, it's not. The reason it's 833 and not 832 is because we here at KRBE as a radio station, we have like 15 lines that go to that same number. It's not just one number.
833
So
exchange is for radio stations. It's not just us.
No, it's a toll-free number used in North America, including the United States and Canada. Mm-hmm. I just Googled it.
Like Weekends with Roula is 1-855.
Yeah, toll-free number.
55 Roula. You got 1-855-55 Roula. 833-390-KRBE.
Which probably confuses your listeners across the country
Oh my
because they're
gosh.
like, how the hell do you spell Rula?
No, I always spell it out. Every time I give the number.
Well, you do it here and people still spell
When
it.
I first heard your name, I was like, oh my God, there's no way I'm going to ever be able to say it. And then
Is it Roula? Is it Roula?
Yeah, I was
What
like,
is
oh my gosh.
Gula?
What's
now I know how to say
happening?
it. But
Roula. R-O-U-L-A.
or when people text and they always spell like ruler.
Ruler, yeah, or royal.
Oh, yeah.
Their
Or
iPhone.
R-H-O-U-L-A or something.
The H throws me. The H
Yeah,
throws me.
it
And then
does.
somebody who does listen to our show is named Rula with an H.
So
And that's
hers-
the first
hers is
and
RH?
only- I think it's the H is
See?
at the end, maybe.
That
She
would
sent
make
me
more sense, though. Than
Yeah, she sent a picture. Gosh, who are you, Rula with the H? You're the only Rula I've ever
Well,
met
how do you spell
with
your
an
name
H.
then? Tell everybody. So
R-O-U-L-A.
There you go, people.
Yes.
Mine's easy. S-A-M.
Wow. Sam.
It's really hard.
Weren't you called Sammy a lot?
Yes, but on air, people thought
How
it
do you
was
do Sammy?
Jamie or Sandy. Sammy is S-A-M-I.
Oh, you don't do it.
Oh,
MMI.
not
Sammy.
MMY.
S-A-M-I, always.
Really?
Sammy.
Sammy.
Like a sandwich is a Sammy.
Yeah.
S-A-M-M-Y.
Salami.
Right, mine was
Sam
S-A-M-I.
is S-A-M-I.
But
But it's
isn't it
really
all short for Samantha?
If you
Yes.
want to call me Samantha, you can.
Samantha. Hello,
Samantha.
Samantha. Okay,
That's
so
only
we're
when you
all
get in
talking
trouble.
about
Samantha,
how
like-
different pets reacted to the oncoming of Hurricane Beryl. I have a dog in my life for the last 2 years. Her birthday is coming up. Oh my God, what's the date today? July 9? She was born on July 25, according to Canine Angels Rescue, but we didn't get her till October. She did not act off, but then again, the storm had hit in the middle of the night where everybody was
She doesn't
sleeping.
act up when she hears like lightning and thunder and stuff. Like
Ours.
the firecrackers. Oh, the fireworks in
Yeah,
Galveston.
they're terrified.
And then some idiot did it like 4 a.m.
Oh, I know.
The next day, I'm like,
I know.
really? They just
Yeah.
had to
Well, we
shoot
did
him off
learn that
before they
Eric's dog Sebi has like anxiety issues.
Well, they
It
do
needs
have
like a
doggy-
thunder coat or
It's
something.
just like
You
his
have, like-
owner.
left. I know, he
Yeah,
learned it from me.
right.
They have like doggy
Probably.
Xanax. They do.
Probably.
My wife took those pills that are not pills, they're like little chewable
Yeah.
things you got from the store for anxiety.
Calming.
You know, you
doggy
can
chews.
Put that in, mixed it in, because I'm like, I try and give it to him, he won't eat it, but she mixed it into his
Eric,
food. And
something that
ate
I've
it.
had good luck with, a lot of CBD stores. If you go to a reputable one, they have CBD dog treats that help them calm down. I
They
check
don't
with
sell
your
that in
vet
the grocery
first.
store. You gotta go out of your way to find those.
No, they're in every strip mall. They're all over the place. Are you kidding me? There's you
sometimes my
can't
dog's
go anywhere
picky,
without
like,
seeing it.
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
No, they
I
make
tried.
them in like a cookie form.
But he won't even eat those. Like,
Right,
those,
because he'll smell it and he'll be like, I know this is garbage.
even like get those cookies, and he doesn't like those.
Yeah, Misty's the same way.
Sometimes
Like
they're
sometimes if like
they're
places
too
have the
hard,
milky
I don't-
bones, like
Yeah.
the basic milky bones, and she'll take it and walk away with it and drop it and then just keep walking. I'm
Yeah.
like, girl, you're getting a free treat and you're dropping it. Like, you're rude. I did not train you that way.
So yesterday, you guys talked to the SPCA. They said they had like 16 horses. Did they rescue
They
16
did.
horses?
They had to rescue some horses, and
was a lot.
we asked them the question: could they sense this was coming? And she goes, "Absolutely, yes. They all have this intuition. They knew." And I don't know if it's a change in the barometric pressure or what it is, but they are the first ones to sense
When the
something is
animals
wrong.
run in one direction, you should go that direction.
Well, are you
because
li-
they're running away from the
Are
teacher.
you listening
Yeah.
local TV stations? You need a weather horse.
Yeah.
Instead of Frank's weather
Radar,
dog.
the weather dog.
Amazing.
Wouldn't that be cool?
The weather horse.
Doppler, the weather.
You don't get
horse.
much more Houston than that. He's on it. He can be on the
Yes,
horse with
as a
hat.
cowboy. He is on
hell
the
yeah.
They
or
put
or
a
you get on a
big
weather
map on the
cow.
ground. They
You
put
got
a big-
steer.
They put a big map on the ground, like a layout of Houston, and the horse craps in the bad spots.
tells you where it's
Ew,
gonna-
I was going to say that's
tells you where
real
it's gonna
messy.
where the storm's going to hit.
I'm telling
The
you, they're
weather
missing out.
horse.
They need a weather horse.
Doppler, the weather
Yeah,
horse.
Radar the Weather Dog was more popular than anybody else at Channel 2 for
Was-
years. Frank would make jokes about that.
Well, no, he
Now they
lived
get the
with
What
weather
happened
Frank.
to the weather dog?
He,
the Weather
lived
Dog
with
went to a
Frank.
ranch to be with the weather horses.
Yeah.
Did he live with Frank, or did
No, he
have
did.
with
I
other
took Frank
place?
home one night, and he's like, he's like,
Oh, so it was a real dog. It wasn't like cartoon
No,
or a
Radar
It was
lived
like a
with
shaggy
Frank.
dog. His name was Radar.
I
He
think they
was a
got another
shaggy
dog
How
now.
He
cute.
lived with Frank for a long time.
Looked like a Maltipoo or something, the one they have now.
Yeah, I don't think maybe
really?
Radar, when Radar was new, he lived with Frank.
I'll have to
Ryan,
look
but I
into
don't
that.
think he lived with Frank
I
his
don't think
entire
Frank
life.
was like going to take out a
Frank
dog.
wasn't the
I
owner
think
of
Frank had
Radar.
Radar.
Do you think he had
I'll
a
call
like
and
he's
ask
got a
him.
life, and then he had to go take care of a dog,
Frank
bring the
that
dog in?
just joined our
Yeah, Frank
show the other.
Billingsley just retired from
Oh,
Channel
dang,
2.
we should have asked him.
Text
How
him.
funny.
Text
Yeah,
him.
text him, ask
When
him.
I asked him about the
Yeah,
two
ask him.
meteorologists who's taking over, because
I heard him say that, but I didn't-
about
I
Radar.
could've sworn
I
he
only
said
moved here,
he had him.
7 years ago, so
Yeah.
I didn't know
I just think
about
that's a
the
lot,
dog yet.
lot to ask the head meteorologist of a TV station.
Well, sometimes you just bond with an animal and you
I
love
would love
them.
that. That's like a dare with Bailey
Yeah,
from
but
Texas
that's her-
Children's.
Right.
Like,
But
that's
Bailey
her job.
retired.
So her
and
job as a
she
child
wanted
life
to keep that
specialist.
Her
dog
job
'cause she
wasn't she
loved
just
it.
works there, and then they say, "Here,
I wish
here's
Misty
a dog."
was a technical board op.
Sometimes I wonder if
If
Misty
she
can
do better, she probably would. Just don't distract her with a ball.
Just put a treat on the buttons.
So
Yeah, put
what
the
did we
ball-
learn
put the ball
today? We're going to contact all of our friends at the television station, tell them to get their weather horse. And what
Oh,
are we
yeah.
going to name that weather horse? Name him Eric.
little
Eric's
Doppler.
idea.
I like the little Doppler.
Doppler the weather horse.
That's
Debbie,
cute.
Debbie Doppler.
Debbie
Oh, yeah.
Doppler. What's the other AccuWeather? It's
Debbie
like
Downer.
Yeah, what else they use?
Arthur
The Metromare.
AccuWeather, or like barometric, something with a bear, like Bart the barometric horse. I don't know, something
Yeah, we could-
weather word related.
Something
But yeah,
that it's
the
got to
horse.
correspond.
Because
like
Radar was perfect.
Stallion.
Radar was good for the dog, and there's only one Radar. Can't make a horse
That's-
named Radar.
Problem is, like, I've watched these, and Cheetah's like the only person I really know anymore.
Oh, I know.
And Cheetah is the actual
she-
meteorologist, not a cheetah.
yeah, Cheetah
No,
job.
no, but Cheetah was awesome. She joined us for quite some time yesterday on the
KHOU.
show.
Which, by the way, we can make this a thing now. You know how they injure your attorneys are like law hawks and law tigers and law lions and the law cowboys? It could be like the weather dog, the weather horse, the
Oh,
weather
yeah.
hawks.
Everyone should have one.
Every TV station's got
They
a
need-
gimmick of an animal.
They're trying to get more viewers.
weather.
'cause less and less people have, you know.
Yeah, imagine putting a horse on a TV stage.
I'd watch it.
Have you ever
get
seen
a
what
mini
happens
one
when they
like,
go to the
Seb-
bathroom?
Like
Oh,
Sebastian.
the mini horses. They have mini ponies.
Yeah, Parks and Rec.
What about the horses?
Or an emo
Will
cow.
Will Sebastian.
the
Little
cows
Sebastian.
that you
The
saw,
emo
Sam,
cows. Oh,
with the
they have
shaggy
the
hair.
little-
and
That's
the-
too hard
They
to
have little
control.
ponies.
They'd have to buy a lot of hay, and it's on the budget.
And they have like
Horse might be
thunder
too expensive.
I think
jackets. with
horses
emo
are so much
cows.
more expensive than
Yeah.
emo
Horses
They
cows.
are. My mom had horses for years.
Yeah.
They will eat you alive.
I will absolutely
What?
house
They
this
won't
emo
actually
cow.
eat
Not
you,
eat you
Ryan.
alive
What did you say?
financially.
What kind of horses
Yeah,
do
I
you
was
guys
gonna
have?
I'm
say,
not saying they're like demonic
whoa.
horses that will eat you in your sleep. I'm
That's what
saying
you said, though.
financially,
The
they're
new
more
Stephen
expensive than
King,
kids.
the new Stephen King thriller, Horses. They'll eat you.
Cujo, the killer.
Text Frank. I want to find out if.
Okay.
It's KRBE with more of the Roula and Ryan Show.
Okay, our brand new phone number is 833-390-KRBE.
Do you have to go to work today? What do you do for a living, and what is the status of your job?
You might want to go to work today if they have power.
Air
If
conditioning.
your building
Charge up your
has,
phones. Air
Yeah.
conditioning.
you would think that buildings would be like the place to go, but some buildings don't
Not our
have
building.
power. Ours doesn't have.
Well, if you
Not
want
our
exercise.
Well, on the plus side, the bathroom does have lights, and
it
I could
does.
wash my hands. So I'm taking
But
it as
how
a
brown
pro.
was the water when you washed them?
Well, I let it run for a
For a
really
while,
long
okay.
time.
Leery
So the
about
toilet's
that.
flush now?
No.
Yes.
I mean, well, they
Oh, they
flush,
do?
but
Yes.
Ryan's like, I didn't flush it.
I was going to say, I
did.
think you're
I
not
did.
flushing or washing your hands
Because
I
Ryan
just
doesn't
ran
believe
all
in
that.
pushing the button. He waits for that
Yeah.
little sensor to go off.
I'm
No,
hoping
no.
Which is
seriously.
weird
our
with your
building
white
normally
butt,
gets
it
cold
probably would
around
never go off.
9.
Eric,
Yeah.
go in there
Office hours.
and take
So-
a whiff. Like it's
Ew.
flushing,
Why?
but it's not.
Gross,
No, I mean, like
Ryan.
First of all,
the
anyone
smell
that
is
says
so
that to
bad.
me, I'm not going to do that.
Why would you say, hey, this is disgusting. You want some?
Hey,
I
look,
mean, no.
You're
No,
lucky.
just
Yesterday,
no.
like Sam and I were walking down like completely blacked out
It's
hallways.
the same now. We walked up completely black down stairwells this morning.
But the hallways are black too. At
I
least
think
we
the
have lights
power.
now.
I think the power
Did
is
you guys
legit
leave
back on.
after the storm finally
we left
ended there?
around noon yesterday.
Yes.
We stayed on
So
until about
it
noon.
It got calm. Welcome to my everyday.
Yeah. I know. Sam,
On from
I
6
have new
to 12.
appreciation for you.
Thank you, Ryan.
By the way, we were talking about the Astros game.
Yes. Did you find an
I'm
answer
waiting
for that?
the answer from my source about
Okay.
nothing official yet. I have not been told otherwise.
Looks like it's
that
on.
It's not on.
I know it is. It is Dollar Dog Night.
I get
It is
I'll
okay.
get official
When I
info,
was driving
you know.
downtown last night, because I live very close to downtown, not to try to steer that, but I drove past Minute Maid Park.
Uh-huh.
Lights on.
And I didn't notice any lights because that's when we still didn't have power yet.
Yeah.
But the amount of trees that were down was insane. It kind of looked like certain streets, as if, I know this did not happen, but it looked like as if like a tornado went down certain streets. Other streets were totally fine, and then like one block would be completely covered with branches and trees, and then you go down the next one, you could drive that one, and that one was totally clear.
It was bad.
And then you would go down a different street, and that was completely covered. It was really
Sam,
bizarre.
there were streets I had to turn
Really
around
bizarre.
on. Like we were advising people all morning long, hey, stay put. But once the storm had let up, they were still asking people to stay in, but I needed to go check on, see how things are going at home. And because we weren't here with our loved ones, we were here, not with our loved ones. So I wanted to get home and find out how things were. And it took a long time because there was so much debris and it was really dangerous. Like right here at Gessner and Westheimer, there was a gigantic tree just draped across Westheimer. When I finally got to my neighborhood, I couldn't go in the regular route. There were trees that fell down, trees that fell onto homes. Personally, I lost all my fences. And there was a lot of damage. I
don't see anything.
We had like 7 down trees.
About the Astros, by the way, I don't see anything.
Saying otherwise.
So the game is still on.
If it was canceled, they would put that all over
it'd be all over
X,
Twitter.
Yeah.
So
okay, so I have a 30-second personal. I need to ask a question. Is this a scam? Is this a scam or is this
scam?
Uh-oh.
Not a scam, but is it overpaying? For those that are just tuning in, I said this morning that after 4 years of chasing it, my husband and I finally got a beach house in Galveston. 15 years ago, we started dating. We'd go there all the time. We thought, wow, maybe one day we can own here. 4 years ago, we started actively trying to get a house in Galveston. We got one. The week of 4th of July was the first week in the house. We had 5 days in that house, and then Beryl came. So we left the house on Sunday, did what we needed to do because, it's new to us. And the neighbors next door who are full-time Galvestonians were watching the house. I gave them the key, told me their water got in the house. So I called the insurance lady that I've become very familiar with because we just got the house. So you're dealing with lots with insurance and stuff. And she said there are some people on the island that she knows that can get to the house to assess the water damage. So the guy gave me a number yesterday on the phone. And I said, that sounds really expensive. I did not get flooding water in the house. The house is on the last row of the neighborhood, but there's nothing in front of it. The water came in horizontally. The rain was hitting the house horizontally, which means it went through the seals of the doors.
Yep.
So when my neighbor sent me a video of my house, there was about 1/8 of an inch of water, maybe, in the house. So imagine if the rain is coming through the seals of your door. That's the kind of water.
You get the tile.
And it's a tile floor.
Well,
he put
carpet.
towels down and he tried to get as much water as he could up. But I got this company on the phone who said I can go to your house and help you out.
Yeah.
This company quoted me about $4,000. My neighbor said that is highway robbery.
Absolutely. That's ridiculous, Roula.
For them to put blowers in the house.
Yes.
I don't know how to otherwise tell. I mean, I don't have a choice, though. I'm not there. We need it to get done immediately, right? This person's there. It's like $3,000 to $4,000. I said, that sounds really high. He goes, well, on average, like when water gets in people's houses, like $8,000 to $10,000. And I'm like, but we didn't flood. So I don't know where to go with this. No,
like cutting.
You don't need to cut anything.
Mold or something, or look for.
No, because the water came through the door thresholds, not through the walls. I don't know.
Hell no.
And I'm just like, okay, well, I don't know what to tell you because I'm in Houston and you're there and I don't know what to tell you.
Did he do it?
So he put the blowers in, and then today I'm supposed to go there, when I can get out of here to go meet them so that we can discuss the situation.
Would be cheaper just buy your own blower.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying.
But the blower got in yesterday versus waiting until what? Noon today?
Yeah, but they had them at Home Depot.
For $54 at Walmart, you can get one.
Yeah.
At least for the next time, just have a few.
Dehumidifiers and air blowers.
Yeah.
These are special kinds of dehumidifiers, right?
Because it's just rainwater. It's not like flood water. You had rainwater hit your floor. So you could buy these at Walmart for $54.
Well, what are you looking at buying? Because we're talking about dehumidifiers and air blowers from an air remediation place.
For your peace of mind, Roula,
fan?
I think it's worth the money.
Well, right.
Your peace of mind to get all that. Right now, I just Googled it real quick. I put cost to get your house dried out.
Yeah.
Pretty much
that?
basic. The national average cost for water restoration in a home is $1,200 to $5,000.
Okay.
With the average homeowner paying around $3,000 for the standard gray water extraction with drying and drywall and cleaning repairs.
It sounded like it was that
But it wasn't a flooded situation
That's
like a
what I'm saying.
Harvey where you got to cut
they're gonna
sheetrock and
gouge
treat
it.
that.
They charged me $10,000 to cut my tree off of my house. They're going to gouge the prices as much as they possibly can because people are going to pay it because they're desperate. $10,000
Well,
to
think
get a
about
tree.
all
Then
the
someone
money.
came and cut another tree off of my property and charged me $1,000.
Oh my!
Think about all the
Sam.
money that is going to be spent
Absurd.
on tree removal, fences being
Hey
rebuilt.
man, if you have a fence company, you are making bank the last month and a half.
Hit us up, KRB's text line, please, because I need my
How
fence
many
done.
are going to be moving? Like, you have a company in Dallas or something.
Goodness.
You come down there, you send a team down here.
Oh yeah,
'Cause you're like,
You wanna
oh, yeah, we
clean
can do
up.
fences.
They go and buy the supplies.
Well,
Look,
about
it's not easy
scams and
work
stuff.
though. I mean, it's not, and you have, as the consumer, the ability to go ahead and price competitive jobs. Nobody's saying you've got to go with somebody who's gouging you.
But you don't. But that's the problem, right?
There
You
will
don't
be a
know if you're
million
getting
different
gouged because you don't know
companies
what the price
wanting
is.
to-
It's not a gouge. It's the two places that have a good reputation charge, say, $6,000.
Yeah.
That guy says 58. This guy comes in and goes, I can do that, 3,500.
But do you really trust that?
But
Because
people
then the
in
guy
their
might run
mind,
off.
they're just trying to save money and then they get screwed.
Yeah, because then I don't know.
Sometimes
This is
you don't
such a
have
tricky
choice.
game when
Not
there's
everybody's
a
got
disaster.
unlimited funds.
Yeah, but then you
gotta
get
go
screwed.
with-
You just got to be
Right.
careful, though.
you got to go with what sometimes you have an emergency. Like, okay,
They want the money up front. Oh, I got to
dog
buy
can't stay inside forever. You got to put a fence up. Some people just got to get something up as
Or
quickly
people
as possible.
steal your property because your fence is down.
Yeah,
Yeah, go
Sam's
into your
fence is
shed and
down.
take
People
your
walked onto our
lawn
property
equipment.
and robbed
Yeah.
her.
Ryan, you just explain why people get scammed then.
Because
Yeah,
they're
'cause they're-
desperate
You
and
just
you
said
get it
because they're
done.
desperate.
There's desperation.
Just like the tree
involved.
off our
Yeah,
house. We had no
100%.
idea they were going to charge us $10,000.
If it's too good to be true,
Ridiculous.
It is.
it is. 35.
But
like,
some
if
people don't
everybody-
know even what something's supposed to cost. That's what I was
That's
saying.
why
Like,
you get-
I don't even know what it's supposed to cost.
But you can call around and ask
Get
people.
at least
Like, call
3
around and get
people.
other, get other.
They always say
exactly.
get at least 3
Estimates.
competitive bids
Yes.
on anything in
Like,
life.
But
if you
how?
need a new
hold on.
roof.
Let's be real about this. 3 competitive bids yesterday was impossible to do.
No, I mean,
But no,
yesterday you can't
just
do
in
anything.
general.
You know what I
Yesterday,
mean?
I couldn't even get a phone signal. I still don't have phone service right
But
now.
if you have
outside of
somebody
KRBE.
offering you the help yesterday at 3:00, you don't have time to bid that. You're like, okay, well,
Nobody was
and
doing that
time,
yesterday.
Yes, time was of the essence at my beach house. Time was of the essence. The guy was at my beach house, and he was like, right now, I can walk in there and start drying up your house right now.
And I'm not saying him, but then that's how they get you.
That's what I'm saying.
And
Like, I felt
pretend
like
at
my
the
hands
time.
were tied on that because I want to believe him that what his
Yeah.
pricing is right, but I didn't have any basis to go off of to be like, I don't know. I've never done this before. I've never had a flood or water get in my house before. So, people are just, you have to trust what you got and you hope to God people are doing the right thing. But my neighbor next door was like, that is highway robbery. And I'm like, but I don't know what to tell him. So I'm going to go there and try and just deal with it and figure out what is he going to charge me.
You tell them no.
I can't tell him no, Ryan. I was desperate. The house had water in it. I didn't want to mold. Hell knows. I've been through the mold hell already. You know what I mean? I'm
Not a
not going
mold
through
hill.
that
A
again.
mold hill.
The mold hell. So I don't know. I guess I'm just going to be in for it when I get down there and figure it out because
I mean, you
You know,
didn't flood. That's why
I
you
didn't
get
flood.
fleeced.
that's why I'm. And
That's why
I
I
don't
feel that
know
way.
if the guy that I was talking to. I don't think the guy I was talking to is the guy that was in the house. His guys were on the island in the house. He's the guy that fields the calls. So maybe once I get there today and I talk to the guys in the house, be like, hey, listen, your dude on the phone thought that I had some kind of Hurricane Harvey flood event problem. Well, clearly that is not the case. Even the baseboards didn't get any water. It just, it rained into the house. It rained into the house. The rugs got wet. The tile floor was soaked. It rained into the house. So I don't know what to figure out.
That's what sucks. That's how we get taken advantage of.
Oh, I
Everybody
hate
out
that.
there.
Don't
Just
you
be
hate
careful.
that?
What's about that? Maybe tomorrow we can talk about that too. Some more about scams.
Scammy
What to watch
scam.
out for.
Because I'm sure it's happening today. They're
4.1 KRBE. It's the Roula and Ryan Show. Here we are. What a difference 24 hours makes. By the way, I want to give props to Sam and Ahmad yesterday. We were truly flying by the seat of our pants, and y'all stood up and you came to the plate and knocked it out of the park.
Thank you, Ryan.
scoring a
Thank you.
goal.
Sometimes I do my
I
job.
can't think of any more. I can't think of any more sports metaphors. But no, seriously,
You're on the 5-yard line.
y'all were
Ran to the
amazing.
left,
Leslie
ran to the
B.
right.
It was
2-point conversion to win the Super Bowl.
It was like
Yeah.
4 of us in this building with zero power. It was, here you were, not with your baby, helping the people of Houston get through this storm. So major props,
While your house was.
Being
being
robbed.
robbed and
Literally,
you're dealing
it's
with this
rain
storm.
going through my son's bedroom.
And then Ahmad for so much, people don't know all the stuff he does behind the scenes.
He's been killing it.
Just stepped up to the plate. Y'all were fantastic. Thank you.
Good job, Ahmad.
Thanks.
Good job.
You should take a day off tomorrow for rapid fire so I can win.
Yeah, we're still going to do
Who
the
won
rapid fire
last
quiz.
time? Because I know
It was
think it was-
Kevin.
Was it Kevin?
Yes.
Yeah.
He was hungover.
Oh, yeah, I saw
It was
he took
Special
the,
K versus Frank Billingsley.
he took the belt with him to Scotland. I saw
He
that.
did. Scotland. For
Put
those
it in the
that
castle.
follow us here on the Roula and Ryan Show, Special K went to Scotland with his family, and then the airline canceled their flights.
That's 2 years in a row he's not been able to get back. He had bad luck the last time.
I thought it was Christmas 2
Was it
years
Christmas?
ago that his husband
All I know
got
is this poor
stuck.
guy has had to deal with a lot of airline problems.
Yeah,
I'm
the
just
problem
curious
is
to
just
know-
to get to meet his mom.
Yeah.
right, in
For
Scotland.
Christmas.
No, this year.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
this year
Like,
it was
he
crazy.
missed like a day of his trip because he
He's
was.
a hot mess.
And then the way
We're
back.
supposed to go to Dewey in September, which is like his dad's beach house. And I'm like, we've already had our flight canceled, I think, 3 times already.
That's a sign.
Yeah.
I'm
that
like,
would be
I'm not
like, hey,
traveling
we're not
with
doing
Kev.
that.
However,
I'm
though,
not traveling with
if
Kev,
you
I
add
don't
it up,
think.
though, he does pretty well considering he takes like 10 vacations
Right.
a year.
But we'll see if we actually
The
make it
odds
to
are usually
Dewey.
in his favor.
Yeah, out of 10,
Maybe
only
one
3
goes bad.
Yeah.
That's still good.
But they're really,
That's
really
a great
bad.
batting average.
Yeah.
Well, that's doesn't
7 out of
sound
10 he
good.
gets.
7 out of 10
That's
sounds
700.
good, but those 3
7
times it
out of
doesn't
10.
work, it
Yeah.
sucks. Those 3 times
He's
it doesn't
trying-
work, it sucks.
I was talking to him last night. He's just so like, he's like, oh, I feel so like I can't help.
Yeah.
I hate this feeling.
Frustrating.
Well, it's also frustrating when you are
He should be landing
exhausted
pretty
trying
soon.
to do a good thing just so you can get somewhere where you're also going to be exhausted. Because it's like he's hurrying up to
absolutely.
get here to go to a house with no power. I mean, you know what I mean?
His
It's not like,
power,
oh, I think
his
I'll
house
just take a couple
has
extra
power.
days.
I think his Heights house has power.
Well,
It's
okay,
the other
that's his
houses.
primary house where he
Yes.
actually lives.
The other house is.
Somebody texted that works for the Postal
Being a landlord
Service.
sucks.
And the Postal Service employee says, well, they sent out a message on Monday morning saying it's not going to be declaring a storm disaster. So it's considered a normal work day. You are expected to show up to work, even though the plants in Houston were without power and they were not processing mail or even able to transport the mail if they couldn't sort it. But come to work or use your vacation time. But safety first.
If I was a mail carrier, I'd be so mad about that. The home.
What their
Sleets,
motto
what
is
that,
sleet, snow, wind, and rain
the
or
mailman's
something.
creed.
I'd be like, screw
Yeah.
this.
Sleet and snow and hail.
You're setting
We
us
will
up
not
for
fail.
something that we can't
you're
can't
like-
do.
Hey, listen, man. It's just a
They gotta be
letter. It's
safe.
not worth risking your life over.
Most of the time it's junk mail.
Yeah, the
isn't
letters
it?
nowadays are just, I
Yeah,
don't know, look.
don't most of us pay our bills like either through the phone or online?
Well, even if you get your real bills in the mail, which is fine, there are so many scam, ridiculous letters that come to the
Yep.
mail.
They look so real too.
and they're pink through the window, like, oh,
Yeah.
did you forget to pay
makes you look
something?
bad, too.
Or they use a computer that makes it look like, I got one the other day. I was like, oh, it must be my nephew. The handwriting is so like, it looks like an 8-year-old wrote it. And I opened it up. I'm like, this is a scam. This is about, why would my 10-year-old nephew write me a letter about getting insurance? Yeah, I mean, like
So he's a big
they're
fan.
I'm just saying they're getting very
You're getting
creative
duped.
with their spam mail.
Well, I
Maybe
think
the kid, the guy just writes bad.
the pink
the
letters
scammer.
should definitely not be
No,
allowed.
it's a computer program.
Because it says on the outside priority mail, or
Yeah.
it says something about like, you
Urgent,
must
must read.
Yeah, must read immediately. And then you open it and you're looking at it, you're like, wait a second, what is this? If you don't read it carefully, then you don't know. It's just some
Usually
ad.
when it says
It's a
urgent must
company.
read, it means urgent must throw in the trash.
That's what I'm saying. So this
Yep.
must burn this texter even more so. They have to go to work to deliver mail that's going to get trashed anyway.
I'm hoping a lot of people weren't forced to go to work yesterday.
And one person who works for a law office
I know
said
we
those
asked about it.
lawyers
That's
are
a good way
hardcore.
to
They had
go
to go to work
HR and
yesterday.
sue your company.
They made him go to work.
Yeah, they said the one person who works for an attorney's office said they had to go to work yesterday because those cases can't wait. You still have to read and do all your
What
research.
do you mean?
And all
All
that
the, all
stuff.
the Harris County buildings and courts are closed yesterday and
Well, the
today.
courts
Well, for
could
the
be
case,
closed,
though,
but
you got
the
your
case,
case. Like, say you
you're
got a
still
case
doing
going
the
on next
work.
week.
Yeah, I mean, think about
Okay.
it. These
Can't read-
cases take
can't read it
4
from home?
years, 3 years, 2 years, and you've got all these people working on these cases, and they have to all be together, I guess, to talk about whatever they're talking about.
I need to ask Push and Win about that. Like, say what happened to you if.
Which, by the way, I was
They
driving
made
to San
you.
Antonio, and I saw Push and Win billboards.
Yeah, they
there.
got. They have an office there too.
Yeah, they have all
San
these
Antonio.
billboards. And my kids were like, "That's a lot of Push and Win billboards."
Yep,
It's like they have a lot of billboards.
they're everywhere.
It's the Roula and Ryan Show
let's
on
do that.
KRBE with what's going down in H-Town.
What's going down is
Okay.
Center Point has updated or not updated. Let
what
me
are we
check
doing?
their last
Not
5
yet.
minutes.
Now, they expect to have power restored to about 1 million customers by the end of tomorrow. There was 2.5 million people without power. So they brought in 12,000 line workers and vegetation management professionals. I guess those are the people.
Now, when they
that
say
clear all the
2.5
brush.
million, is that households? I was always thinking about that. You know, what I mean, 2.5 million because is that counting kids?
No, it's customers.
That's what I'm
It's
saying. It's not-
Customers.
Yeah, customers.
Think about that.
So it's a
Each
lot more
person-
people
it's
than
accounts.
that.
Yeah, it's probably 5.
It's a lot more
million.
people than that, especially you got
Right.
4 or 5 people living in a home.
That's what I was saying. It's not just 2 point.
This is 2.5 million households
Yeah.
without power.
Well, has somebody hacked their website? Because every time I've gone to it this morning, the number gets lower and not in a good way. Like when we started the show at
do you mean?
6, This number said the customers restored in the last 24 hours was in the 900,000 number. Now I just I refreshed it again an hour later. It had dropped to the 800,000.
Yeah, mine's 8,400.
800. You mean 800?
Yeah, sorry.
804,309.
Yes.
And then look at the number underneath it. It says outages restored in the last 24 hours. An hour ago, that number was in the 800s. The number right now is 374.
Right.
Has somebody hacked their website?
I don't know. And then
Maybe
the
they did 24
customers-
hours because, the 24 hours ago.
Yeah, well, the
But why
customers
would the number
affected on
change
this
from an
only
hour
says
ago?
1.7 mil
Okay.
Yeah.
instead of the number that you just said.
Maybe they have an intern.
It was
working.
initially 2.5 million people.
Well,
2.5
yeah,
million
customers affected
households.
right
but
now
now
is
it's
1.7, 1,780,180 customers affected right now with no power.
Think about most cities in America don't even have
Yeah.
Power lines, they bury them.
But I mean, have this many people.
Right.
Yeah.
Crazy.
If you put Houston over the East Coast,
Yeah.
we cover like 4 states.
You really
Well,
do.
It really is. It's so spread out. Now,
It's
Centerpoint
true.
does admit that thousands of out-of-town repair crews were not staged in Houston prior to the hurricane arriving. So they weren't
But
even
did
here.
you say earlier somebody was coming from Dallas?
We had
Ahmad told us that. They
yeah,
were driving from Dallas here, and they saw tons of trucks coming.
a lot of people out. Right now, they're assessing the situation more or less.
they were here
and
yesterday,
they
but-
say that they're going to go
But they
ahead.
couldn't do anything because
By today, they'll let us know the timetable when
Afternoon.
we can expect to have our power
Is it time
restored.
for hurricane shots yet? Or what are we doing
yeah.
next? We're going to do some beer?
Is there a
Ooh.
hurricane shot?
Is it time for beer
you
and
know what I
snacks?
did? I found something for Try It Tuesday.
I do want
I
some
didn't buy it
snacks.
though.
What?
I want to see if you guys think I should buy this.
Okay, tell us about it next.
I'll tell you what this is.
All right.
This looks really cool. I think this is a game changer. Sam's gonna love it.
Okay, so Sam loves it.
So it's alcohol.
We
Yep.
might not. It definitely has to do that.
Or pets. It's either a dog or booze.
Dogs and bourbon. Let's
It's a
find
bear-
out.
Sign
barrel?
me up.
Underneath that St. Bernard, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Let's
It was
find out what it
curious.
is next on the Roula and Ryan Show.